Good evening. Welcome to the Watchers Brawl. I'm out of class, your resident EU guy, and I'm tonight here with poor Zach, who's going to be helping me out with the cast tonight. Poor Zach, how are you doing?
I'm doing great tonight. I'm really excited to see this matchup.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about these two teams that we have right here.
Both teams seem to be close towards each other in the skill rank, and Magna Ventus has actually a new hit scan player, Stone Free, who I haven't gotten to see play at all yet, so I'm very excited to see how he does.
Okay, well maybe JCB can tell us a little bit more about him, because we got JCB here, who's the manager of Magna Ventus, and I believe also the co-founder of Magna in general. How are you doing, JC?
I'm doing great. I'm glad to be here. Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, that's good. So how did Magna actually come to be? Because you say you're a co-founder, but how does that? How did the name come there? How did the logo kind of happen?
Right. So about a year ago, me and a very old teammate of mine, we played on a team probably 3 years ago now, had separate running teams, and we decided to come together and we created Magna. That came with a really talented graphics design. Also our owner, his name is Globex, and he came up with all of our graphics, and now we are going 3 teams strong. So it's been a really positive year for us, honestly.
It sounds really good. Obviously you've got something going there. And some Magna Ventus is in the Overwatch Watchers Brawl. Magna Ignis is also in there. Are you at all afraid of those teams eventually meeting up together, or is that something you're actually looking forward to happening?
Oh, we always look forward to playing to each other. It's always fun when we do in-house scrims, and it's always super competitive too. So
it's good to hear. Yeah, now obviously how you're personally managing Magna Ventus. Are you having some challenges here and there with managing a team, or is it something you're just very easily handling?
Very. I've been doing it for probably going on 2 years now, so I enjoy it. Like, keeping up with the day-to-day, finding scrims, finding subs is always sometimes time-consuming, but when you have a good group of guys and you see success in the roster and you see a future, there's not much better than that, honestly.
Very good to hear. Are there any specific players you think we want to look out for, or are you just going to be like, oh yeah, they're all good, so just vote for everyone on the MVP side?
I would watch Stone Free if he gets on some hit scans. Talent right there.
Okay. Well, I mean, we'll never know. You might be more familiar with their strats. Well, before we get underway, first of all, obviously thank you for the interview, but do you want to do any shout-outs to anyone?
Just to the team. These guys are really an incredible group, and I'm really excited for our future. And for the LAN we are going to at the end of the month in Philadelphia. So
okay.
Other than that, you can find us. Yeah, magna.gg is our website for all of our socials and everything that's connected to us. So.
Okay, good to hear. Well, thank you for the interview. I think we're just gonna go get on their way for the matches, and maybe we'll see you around some other time, JC. Thanks.
For sure. Thanks for having me in, guys.
That's always fun to have some interviews with some people on the inside, so to speak. But yeah.
No, always nice to get a little bit of a deep dive and kind of understand how these teams work, not only just from face value, but what's really on the inside and who's keeping them all together, being that glue towards the team.
Yeah, I always like talking to people who are not necessarily coaching or actually players. So support staff is something that a lot of people sometimes overlook. Being a team manager, designing, team owner, graphic designers, social media presence, something that's not always as discussed as it maybe should have. But enough talking about the staff. We're actually going to be talking about the players now, because we're going into Legion Tower for Map 1. Talk to me, Zach. What's going to happen?
I'm super excited. I'm really here on Night Market. I think that we could see a little bit of DPS run here, maybe with a Hammond, but you will probably see the goats coming out, possibly a Winston, but I think mostly we're just going to see goats here for this map.
Yeah, say one of the teams comes out with DPS and the other with 3-3. Do you think they'll go for a spawn switch, or do you expect these teams to not be as scared of something like that?
I wouldn't be surprised to see a spawn switch, but I would think that these teams feel confident with their pick enough to where they might stick it out.
Yeah. It's obviously the first stage, so they might just fill each other out a little bit.
Yeah.
Never a bad thing. And now we can kind of see what they start picking in spawn. I never want to be too sure about this, because sometimes they just debate us. But these seem pretty solid picks. It doesn't seem anything off to me. And it does look like we have some differences in what these teams want to play. Obviously, on the blue side, we got the Honey Badgers, and the red side is going to be Magna's Ventus, even. Wow.
Ventus? Yeah.
Latin has been a while for me. I've had it in high school, but not recently.
Yeah.
So, gonna get underway here. Some DPS versus some 3-3, and yeah, let's see if they're gonna make some adaptations or how that first fight's gonna go.
Yeah, it looks like they aren't gonna switch. It looks like they are just gonna all stay onto what they chose at the beginning.
Nora going in for a little bit of a boop, a little bit of a poke, and like normally, 3-3 goes into the point here, so we're gonna see some poke coming out here, especially looking here at off tank. Jay, as we often call him, goes into the fire. Immediately gets slept though. Very nice sleeper from Magnifique.
Yeah.
Could I get the kill? Not exactly. Jay actually gets away. Stonefree gets taken on Polar. It's a very nice kill here. And I think that might spell a switch in the point control here.
Yeah,
no
definitely.
one's just yet. Everything going down. This looks like a very confident fight here for Magnus Ventus.
Yeah, Magnus is actually just going straight through, because since they don't really have anything to take care of that Far Mercy, they're just able to get pick damage, and then Stonefree was just given the opportunity through, I imagine, the Hammond just repositioning everybody to be able to pick off Polar and just start snowballing the fight there into their favor.
I think it was a bit of a shame they didn't actually get the kill there on Jay there on the Pharah, but now they've got the wall hacks, even know exactly where they're coming from. Nice damage coming in, splitting them out with that concussion rocket. You see
Nocturnal got knocked off the edge.
That's just actually amazing. Very nice play there. You see all that CC coming in from the concussion rocket from the Hammond. Can just be a sort of a chain boop almost, but they did capture the point, and they are able to sustain this a little bit. So, you know, if they can just stand there and stall it for Alpha, that could actually win. But again, Stonefree getting Polar. Polar not being happy about that Widowmaker on the field here. And, okay, this is looking good. They're going to capture it back. Did give up some percentage, so that's going to be good here for Honey Badgers, but they're still not going to be happy with the current state of the ults as well, because they haven't really built up that much. Having some mirror switches going on there.
Yeah, honestly, like, they were able to cap that point pretty fast, but that's because their point presence is just so much easier with the lineup they're running. But when you're just there, you just keep getting hit more and more and more by the Pharah rockets, and it's just what's going to wear you down. And the Stonefree, again, he just gets the pick. That opens it up. And speaking of picks, there he goes again. Able to pick off those sports that are just out in the open.
Yeah, Magnifique has gone over to the Moira and G-Man over to the McCree right in the last fight. Do you think it's going to be enough to deal with this DPS, or do you have to make some more switches here?
I think they definitely have the tools necessary to take them out, but they have to hard focus for sure. And it's not going to help with this EMP coming in with the barrage.
Absolutely not. And we see that control.
Whoa.
But that control rotation kind of comes in here, right? Because, you know, they started on that composition on the side of Magna Ventus, and they haven't had to switch off, so they constantly have this ult rotation going on. And with all the switches on the side of Honey Badgers, they really don't have that luxury. They kind of, this is like the first fight they have some sort of ults with equilibrium here.
Yeah, I think what they're really riding on here is probably going to be that high noon to try to take out the Far Mercy.
Maybe. That's the reason why. Yeah, that zones them out. Doesn't get any kills, but it's a very nice placement to just, you know, get them out of the air for a little bit. That minefield across the entire point, though. Doesn't get any kills, but off Jay gets a pick on Nocturnal here. Get it with Xerius. There's the high noon. Does get the Mercy. That's a good pick. Nice. And now they can maybe snowball that because it's the only healer.
Yeah, the only support on their team, so that pick is actually very good for them, but off tank still just going in with those rockets.
Yeah, that's it's sad. And Doug, Yukiko goes pretty low here, but is this going to be Jay finishing up the kills here and there? Actually gets another 2 before going down. That Mercy missing wasn't really a problem for them, it seems.
No, not really. They were just able to take the time, go around, and just pick off who they needed to without even having to worry about getting hit themselves. So right now it looks like we're just going to be in a stall mode.
Yeah, I mean, they only have one supporter to begin with. They're already counting on low healing, and they don't really need much healing, but they do take down Stonefree. Duh also goes down, so, and I'll make say, this might actually be the fight where they pull it back. But then the EMP and the barrage, they sort of trade this out, though, but with the tank presence from Honey Badgers here, that should give them the point control here.
Yeah, honestly, that was really good teamwork coming into there. Barletta was able to just use his ultimate and stall long enough for everybody just to come in. The EMP I thought was going to be really good, which it wasn't bad, but they just weren't able to capitalize off on it.
It maybe came in a little late because I think they already lost a few people here. And, I mean, obviously they're going to stick with this DPS competition. There's not really a reason to switch, but they are running into a little bit more problem from G-Man here on the Tracer and Polar now being on the Soldier. So there is a little bit more of a 2-2-2 defense. So that's usually a lot stronger against these DPS compositions. Now they're just going to try and poke away again as they used to. Polar already taking down Ada, though. This is not going to looking good. They might need to actually start making some switches themselves here on the side of Magna Ventus.
Yeah, no, if they really wanted to try anything new out, I'd say just go back to spawn and try to run a quick goats to get in here and see what you can do. Because they aren't going to have the Zarya ultimate or really much anything to stop you if you're running goats. They're going to have to get very lucky with a pulse bomb or self-destruct, but right now it's not looking too hot for them.
Yeah, the sound barrier could sustain them though, so that's always a worry you have, but they don't really have the ultimates themselves to work with, so another composition has the same value, and oh, there come the ultimates. There's the...
Yep.
There are things happening here though. This is probably
it's getting very colorful.
Yeah, Stonefree getting out with a tech visor. Tech visor gets nothing though, it seems, so even G-Man just being able to run away from that. Polar taking out Noro. Off tank actually going very low here, Omixa as well, but seems to get away. Barrage not able to save anything here, and that's Polar's coming back into the tech visor, and they just weren't able to get back into that.
That was very impressive by the side of Honey Badger, just kind of bring it back to come together and really focus. I think what they did was mainly focus on that Far Mercy that was kind of, you know, getting that pick damage off of them, and then Stone Free too was got targeted by the Lucio, I believe, at one point when they flipped it, and it just started to go from there. They were able to get the ultimates they needed and really just start making the fight theirs.
Yeah, I mean, it is what Night Market is. You said it at the beginning. It's likely we're going to be seeing some DPS. They came out, and actually the 3-3 was run to a very short timeage there. So quick switch on the McCree, then the Moira came out, then they switched to Winston and the Diva. The switches did take a while, but like you said, they did really work out well. And this time we're going to actually see the 3-3 matchup. It's going to happen, but we see the Ana versus the Zenyatta. No, it's not. We have the Ana versus Zenyatta.
Oh, I didn't notice Ana.
Yeah, it's a nice one, but Ada being on the Zenyatta here, so we do see some role swaps as well. Really flexible players, it seems. The tanks seem to be on the same roles, but even that is a bit off here and there. We seem to smacking into each other like we always see. The Reinhardt is going at it. Bubble usage does seem to be on point here, but the Discord Orb is on Barletta, and that could really be detrimental to Honey Badgers here.
Yeah.
Good nice shatter. Doesn't get G-Man, actually misses that charge, and Barletta actually punishes them to get Omnixa there. But the counter shatter comes in, and Honey Badger's starting to clean this up already. This is it's interesting because his shatter hit, but the follow-up just wasn't there because he actually threw G-Man into safety.
Yeah, after that shatter, he just wasn't able to get that pick off onto him. And then he was just able to block the shatter afterwards. Everyone just started going down because of the focus fire. He had to just keep up his shield. But it looks like they're going to be coming back into here. They have 3 ultimates on their side. They have that grab if they do decide to use it. Nocturnal's going to make sure to be watching out for it.
Yeah, not a lot of defensive ultimates inside of Honey Badger. So they'll have the sound barrier, but that's not as good as in Transcendence is going to be. They both get a pick off here, so both Omixa and Nocturnal going down. That will not be a sound barrier. That was very close for Omixa, but also not a Diva there. They can both be very detrimental to your team. The tempo is going to be a bit higher on Honey Badger's side, but that might not be all they need here because we have Barletta with a shatter, but Nora's getting close. Zero's almost there. Omixa is back. This could very well... Oh, no, but the shatter!
That was a great shatter.
No, that is just not what you want to see there. They sort of were coming back in with an advantage. They had the sound barrier there, but they couldn't actually make the move because, like I said, they're a little bit behind on the tempo.
Yeah, what happened there was Polar actually got off to the side of Noro and managed to boop him out of position. Then he got picked, and then the shatter was pretty much just free at that point.
A lot of Lucio plays being very pivotal lately. It's good to see there. But yeah, they're just going to come back at the point. Obviously, they're not giving up just yet. But good shatter from Noro. Sort of denying the value. Yeah, just denying the value of the Graviton as well. So G-Man not going to be happy about that one. And Noro getting all the kills here. Nice to see. Just says, like, you know, you can shatter. I can shatter too. Nice setup there.
Yeah. The thing is, Eskimo did the same thing that just happened to them, where they just booped the Rhino out of the way and went for the shatter, and it paid off. It worked. They got, I believe, 3 or 4 people with that, and they were just able to go off of that. And right now, they're just going to have to try to get through this choke.
Yeah, I just realized, you know, his name is Omiske, but it is Eskimo with backwards. That's my bad. Nice grabs coming in, though. Shatter wasn't really getting any value from either team there, but we're gonna at least see some counter pressure coming in. Graviton not getting the follow-ups here. That's gonna be Noro and the mech gone here for Magna Ventus. Ada following, and now they're just gonna be in stall territory. They would keep control of this point as long as possible. Maybe get some ults back up. Stone free close to that grab, but That was a good counter to that Graviton, even without the Transcendence.
Yeah, that was very good. What sucks there is that Stone Free was such high charge, and he's so close to his grab that he had to back off. And he actually ended up getting picked because of it. But coming back into it now, they do have the Shatter, which could work out if they do that same combo they did before with the Boop Shatter. See how that goes.
Transcendence immediately countering to that grab. Not going to be any follow. Oh, Noro actually going down there. Yeah, Stone Free was, I think, booped away. Did want to use the bubble to counter it, but there's a counter Graviton. They already have 2 down, though, on this side here for Magna Ventus, so it doesn't look like they can actually defend this properly.
Yeah,
and this is likely going to be the second stage, and actually the map here going probably to the Honey Badgers.
Yeah, so it seems, Honey Badgers able to take the map. I think what really made it for him there was the fact that they were all just able to come together and use their abilities, synchronizing them to be able to get through the defense whenever they were taken over by the point.
The dramatic Hammond's highlight. I like that one.
You'll love to see it.
I think this is when he gets like he goes
triple
boop. And he gets the boops. Yeah, that's what it is. You don't get those boops. They count for like 5 points, so that's basically a 6 kill according to the game. So yeah, I can imagine. I can imagine that you get that play of the game there.
Absolutely.
But yeah, nice map on Lijiang Tower there. Obviously, now we're gonna go into the whole map ban, hero ban, save system. So, what do you think that they're gonna look for? I mean, both map-wise, hero-wise. What do you speculate is gonna happen? We obviously don't know the map yet. Gonna get a map ban first. They can ban any map they want. It could be the same control. It could be a control map. It can be escort, hybrid, assault. Like, you can ban any map they want, so the map's gonna stick. But if you ban a control map now, you won't actually have benefit for the next map because you can't play the same type twice in a row. So they're likely going to ban any of the other 3 modes. Assault's been a pretty popular ban, I'll say that. But I don't know if it's worth banning Assault if you don't think the other team's going to pick it, though.
Yeah, absolutely. Because when it really comes down to banning, you want to try to get into the opponent's mind and kind of think like, okay, well, with the playstyle that we just saw, what would most fit their playstyle on a different type of map? So you really got to have to think about like, okay, what is their more comfortable style of playing, and how would that contribute to the type of map?
Why do you think that Honey Badgers are banning Hollywood here, though? Would there be like a reason for that?
I think it might be because it's so open that the snipers that Stone Free was playing with Widow would have such a good time picking off their supports, or basically anybody who is able to be picked off by a headshot. It's just so free. It's so good for the snipers when you get to second point, when you're going through the lane, and you can really just control the whole part of that map with just your snipers.
Yeah, I mean, I personally think it also might have something to do with them just not wanting to play on a map where bunker composition defense might be strong. It's obviously, if you just like playing the 3-3, and then you have to run into a bunker composition, which on Hollywood right now is so strong that even 3-3 has a lot of problems dealing with it.
Yeah, absolutely, especially with that Baptiste able to throw down his immortality field.
Yeah, so like I think that might be a reason why, but then again, it doesn't have to be the case. It looks like we're going to Eichenwald though, and I think the good thing about Eichenwald is definitely that 3-3 is not necessarily what you play, especially on the first point, second point to a degree as well. So that might be why, but again, you can't really look to the mind of those teams if you haven't seen them play that much, or if you can't talk to them.
Yeah, definitely. Now with Eichenwald,
saves. Honey Badger's gonna save a hero, obviously. What would they do?
Honey Badgers want to save a hero? I think they would want to look to save a main tank, to be honest with you, because if they decide to ban Winston, then playing that Rhine, he'd have to switch to a Ham to try to do something about a quad DPS or a triple DPS, which is really more towards a Ham and Winston. If you play it with a Ryan, the Ryan's just gonna get destroyed, so then he'd have to go to something without a main shield. So I think that could be pretty good.
Yeah, it seems like they want to save D.Va though. So
yeah, D.Va. She's a big component of goats, so even that pick is probably a good one to save.
Yeah. What I always see happening a lot is when D.Va isn't safe, the DPS sort of runs free, and heroes like Roadhog are very popular again.
Yeah,
because obviously D.Va denies a lot of value from both Pharahs, Roadhogs, even Ana. So those are heroes that we might have seen, or we've seen more of, had she not been saved. But D.Va's definitely going to be available here. So no, I'm not going to be that happy. Maybe not going to be that happy about them if you're Magna Ventus. But they still have the ability to ban a hero that could, make goats more viable, or better, or not as bad.
Yeah. Ban Winston, just like I said, they'd want to go for that ban on Winston. That way, he's forced to either play Ryan or Hammond, and they can play their as many DPS as they want with little risk, unless they decide to run that Hammond, which I'm sure if they really wanted to, they would run the Sombra.
Yeah, that's a very interesting proposition, right? Because when you ban the Winston, you don't see the Winston like often on the starting line here, especially on the defense. They're going to start on defense here, so Honey Badger is unlikely to would have run that Winston anyways in the start. But with the high grounds being very good on the second, and also again with DPS and other competitions being good on defense here on Icon Vault, Winston could be very valuable if you're not that comfortable running the Wrecking Ball. And it did seem that Nora was a little bit more practiced on that than on the other side. I think it was Barletta.
Yeah, I believe so. All right.
Obviously, we're just gonna have to. We're just gonna have to wait. Like, there's nothing we really can do. So we can talk a little bit about why this map is sometimes a lot of the times you'll see teams run Pharah here. I think you think like, oh yeah, but snipers can just pick them off. Why doesn't that happen here?
I think that's just because there's so much stuff to play around, and when you are running the Pharah, there's usually a lot of other DPS going on. So you also have to be on the watch out for them. They'll pick you off if you're really trying to focus down the Pharah. You'll have the Mercy with her, so if you're not hitting a headshot, you're not really killing her. She'll just back off for a second, get healed, go back again. And it's just really important that the Pharah plays conservative until those snipers are taken care of.
Now, do you feel that Honey Badgers might actually play into that and play hit scan? Because it does seem like they want to go with the McCree. So do you think they're actually counting on that being there? Because they're not running the D.Va here, which, they saved.
Yeah. I definitely think that they're going to be expecting the lineup that you can already see now coming in, and that's why they decided to go with the Ana and the McCree. That way they have 2 hit scans watching out for that Pharah. They're definitely expecting something like that coming out, and they know that's why they banned Winston.
Yeah, but I mean, there's no Pharah yet on the attackers. I mean, they haven't left spawn yet, but they do look to just want to go out with this Lucio, Moira, and then the dive tanks, the Sombra, and the Widow. It's a little bit of a hybrid comp. I'm not very familiar with this one.
I guess
I can see what they want to do. Oh, they switch over to the Tracer. Okay, so and then there they go. This is
they
more
were just
familiar.
looking for a pick. And,
There was just a spawn with the Sombra. There's a spawn with the scouting with the Sombra. Likely was gonna happen. Now we see the damage raining in from the Pharah, from the Widow. Zerius likely gonna just go behind them, just do a little bit of a poke, a little bit of a hack here and there. But Zerius is a little bit slow on the rotation here. Still actually in the choke.
You might have been waiting for a health pack to come out.
True, but I mean, you need to start farming that UMP ASAP. Yeah, you do have a chance of barriers to get back out. So Ada is now back on the Hanzo. There's one more spam damage, which I can imagine. Traces has a hard time getting in here.
And there it is, the Pharah showing up.
Immediately. Jay, it's not even a surprise anymore at this point. He was doing so much damage on Li Zhang. Gets it out straight away. That's 3 pickoffs. Yeah, you're not going to defend this if you're Honey Badger. It looks like they just want to go for the deep
running
dive.
out as fast as they can.
Yeah,
like I said, that Pharah
pick,
Pharah pick is definitely what they were looking for. They knew that by banning the Winston that they're really going to have to focus down that Pharah, and they just weren't able to do it. They got backed over into that corner, and Pharah just had free range.
We see Barletta Nocturnal going over to the D.Va and the Orisa. Do you think they're trying to set up some sort of a sniper bunker against the pharmacy, or?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely what they're trying to do here.
It looks like a similar sort of composition you sometimes see on a map like Junkertown, but then you can't actually have the bunker move with the cart, and there's no. I think that's why there's no Bastion, because the Bastion setup is going to be weird here.
Oh, that's a big boop off. Barletta. Oh no.
They have the immortality field though. They could actually save Barletta here, and they managed to do gets hacked. Barletta,
and then Stonefree picks off G-Man.
Yeah, that hack was imperative. If you don't get that hack off, then Barletta just puts down the shield and maybe fortifies, gets away. But now you're just gonna roll over the Magnifique. They did a slight stagger actually on Magnifique there. That might have been intentional as well. And Stonefree just shooting into the spawn. Like, they have such good angles now. I would like to see one of the snipers go a little bit of an off angle here. If they're both in the same place, it might be dangerous, but There's so many angles they already have with this DPS, and they have the EMP, they have the barrage, they have the dragon, they have everything. The only things they don't have, they already use.
they're already at the end of the point. Honey Badgers don't really have any ultimates, and you see the Hanzo ultimate coming out on the right here with an EMP. This point is pretty much theirs at this point.
This is so hard. And I mean, even if they get a pick off here, there's just going to be a mercy. The off-tank is going to be rezzed up here. Like, it's not a problem. It just goes, and then they can just keep on going. I am curious to see here, are they going to stick with this? And this is going to work out.
I think on this last lane, it's really hard to try to pull off the quad DPS, but I can see them doing it. They're just getting so many picks, and they're just showing their aggression so well right now that I can see them staying on this and capping it.
Yeah, it's really important here for Honey Badger, I think, to actually go onto the proper composition straight away, because then they have, first of all, they have that first switch, and second of all, they're going to have a lot more tools to deal with these incoming ultimates. Yeah. Widow's going to have a harder time sniping. Ooh, but there's mines. Oh, a lot of ultimates here still.
Yeah, they're using a lot of ultimates here. They are getting picked off pretty easily, though.
And only off-tank has died so far. Mercy can't res that though. That's way too close in. Nora going down. Yeah, I think. Yeah. So we see this happen a lot of the time, where just like the 4 DPS doesn't really work anymore at that last point of Eichenwald. Do you say it's fine that you tried it? You tried actually going in with that 4 DPS, or would you just rather have them switch us straight away?
They had ultimates on them, and I think they really definitely had the opportunity to try to snowball through there, but it was just so hard compared.
We're in the right ultimates though, because I think an EMP would have really helped them out, but they had what, an infrasight, mines, and a barrage.
Yeah, infrasight, mines, barrage. I believe they tried damage boosting the Pharah, and then the defense matrix is just ate it up. But yeah, you definitely see them switch over to the Rhino.
It's so easy to predict it. Oh, nice kill on Bowler here though. So they're going in straight. Barletta going down as well was the closest to an ultimate there. So that's going to hurt them a lot, especially with Magnifique going down. It looks like they're just gonna still capture the final point just with a minute less in the time bank. That's about what's gonna happen here. But who knows? Maybe Barletta could come back with a huge shatter if they're touching time. They managed to do so. There's a sound barrier. Huge shatter.
Speaking of the shatter, there it is. But another shatter. Oh my god!
Kill everything here, hopefully. But they're trading out here, and of course, defender spawn advantage. But they're huge. Yeah, this beautiful graviton. Reiner can just swing away into that. Neuro actually getting the kills there. But Self-Destruct not getting any kills. Nocturnal does get back into mech though, so the stall potential is there. G-Man going low, not being finished off. Barletta gets the charger on Ada. This is going back and forth, but I think the defense is actually going to start holding.
Yeah, they're definitely going to be able to hold.
That's a shame. Here. How has that happened? Because it looked like they had it.
Just with all that stall coming through, they were taking good turns, just going on that point, waiting for more of their teammates to respawn. Then eventually they were just able to get so many bodies on the point. I think what really helped was Barletta. He charged through and he managed to pick off Ada, and I think that might have been what made it for him, not having that Discord orb to take him out faster.
Yeah, you missed a lot of focus fire there, I could imagine that. But that was weird. And now they have the Shatter, they have the Graviton on the defense. It's actually going to be very hard to defend against, because they also have the Transcendence. Ooh. Nice Shatter again coming out from Barletta here. Doesn't get the follow-up himself, but Noro dies nonetheless. That is going to run away again. And this is hard, because they had over 4 minutes coming into this third point, and now they're just stuck.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure why Magnifique used their ult there. I don't know if maybe they were low, but now if Stone Free gets that Graviton, the only thing you're gonna have to answer for it is gonna be the sound barrier if he builds it up fast enough, or maybe try to use the Diva Bomb if they get it to zone him away from it.
Yeah. Oh, it's Ethan G-Man. Nice. That's a very nice ease for Xerius there. The Grav Bomb combo comes in. Actually gets 3. That's huge. If that doesn't close this map up, I don't know what it is. And there they go. 1 minute 40. Still not. That's a nice finish as well, though. Because, you know, even if Honey Badgers manage to actually finish the map, they have to now do it with time left. Because if they don't, then it's just going to be a free attack here for Magna Ventus, and we saw how, you know, efficient they were on the first time around. So
absolutely,
definitely some pressure here on Honey Badgers, and after that, it looked sort of convincing on Lijiang Tower, but it does seem that there is a little bit of a turn of the tides here. Maybe it could be a very good series.
Yeah, definitely. I was not surprised to see the DPS come out from the side of Magna Ventus, sorry. And honestly, you got to think about that last point, Magnifique using the Zen ultimate. You can't help but think, like, what happens if they save that? You know, could that Could that have saved the map? Could it have saved the game? Who knows? It could have been a really big factor, and if they capped that point there or not.
I think maybe, you know, it's just a speculation, obviously. I think maybe he either misclicked it, that's always an option.
Yeah.
Or they could have decided we're going to use the trends to push in as aggressively as possible and actually get some stagger kills. Because in that fight, they only got 1 kill, and then the pullback came in from Magna Ventus, so they just said, okay, so fine, the attack's over. And they just hope to get those other 5 members, or at least as many of them as possible, because that would have given them a lot more ult charge on more of their heroes, and that might have justified using the Transcendence. But again, could have just been a misclick too. Like
you never know.
Maybe we'll know after the game. We could have an interview there. Going out here on these Sombra goats though, but both teams are, so it's going to be a mirror.
Pretty exciting.
I mean, it's just going to be a poke for a little bit. You see these teams holding a little further back. I see a lot of teams, you know, in ranked games, they will hold up further closer to choke.
Yeah. With goats, you definitely want to hold more towards the point.
Yeah. We could talk about why that is a little bit later, but you see them already, you know, having that face-up. Barletta being booped away a little bit from his team, though, but Noro being hacked is going to give so much space to the attackers. Honey Badger already taking a tick here, but coming back in, Nora is doing a lot of damage. Polar does manage to take out off tank, but Nora is getting CC'd around a little bit. This could very well go into the favor of Honey Badgers, but they need to start getting a little bit more kills, because otherwise this is not going to go that quickly. Omixe, so Eskimo, goes a little bit deep, does also get taken out, and that's the definitive number advantage they needed. Gonna be another quick attack here. Point A not being very defensible, it seems.
Yeah, that was very good coming out from Honey Badgers. I think that them getting I believe it was like 2 hacks on a Noro at one point, they had to all move into the building to try to stay away from all that damage, and because of that, Honey Badgers were just able to get onto the point and then slowly push into them in the building.
We do see the switch coming out here though, so the quad DPS is back. Actually, it's triple DPS because they do run this in Yata. Transcendence is a very valuable tool, and they will also have the EMP. Nocturnal not quite being there despite the good hacks, so this could be a very big fight. EMP goes in straight away, gets everything, and that's a nice follow-up. Immediately double stomp, gets the other 2. That's a clean fight, and I like this position where they won that fight in. This is such a stronghold of all position.
Yeah, this is very good. This is a very good lane for these multiple DPS comps, because it's just so open. You got the Widow, you got the Pharah, and you got the Sombra, who of course can get those hacks out. So, and it was just a great push going alongside with that EMP. Like, there's not much you could do about that.
And Stonefree actually has the angle to shoot into their spawn from there. It's such a filthy angle in the game, but it's so nice when you hit those shots. And they're like, wait, what happened? I just spawned. But there are so many ultimates for the attackers. It's gonna be very hard for Noro to get stuff done here. EMP actually only gets Noro, and maybe Stonefree as well, but they really can't get the follow-up here, because Noro can just walk away, was already quite far away. Barrage comes in, gets 2. Off-tank does go down for it, but Eskimo may be able to actually res that. With a 2-man number advantage, though, this should be good. Slightly being pulled back here, but I don't think Ada is the biggest one you're missing right now. Stonefree is going to hit the shots. Berletta trying to be cute with that charge. I don't think... Oh, actually gets the charge. Killing Stonefree there. That's a bit sad. Luckily, Eskimo has that wonderful ability that just denies you a kill. So, no, Eskimo back, and it's another fight win here for the defenders.
Yeah, definitely. And looking at the ultimates right now, they're close to an EMP, Hammond ultimate, and they have Mercy ultimate going up against the Grab and the Shatter. The Shatter could see something, but I don't expect it to.
But
same thing with the Grab.
They just play so far out. Yeah, but like, who do you? Because they're never going to be in the same place, are they?
I think that the person you'd want to grab the most here would probably be the Mercy, but...
Nice Shatter. It actually gets the Wrecking Ball, and they do manage to get the kill out. I think Eskimo will be able to res that, though, so not too much loss, but the card's making a lot of progress here, so they actually need to get on there. Off-tank getting a good job out of that, does a lot of damage here. Only the Lucio heal and a little bit of the cart won't do enough here, so Mortar will be finished off. Barletta just chooses his own fate. Actually takes a dub with him, though. That is, I mean, you gotta laugh a little bit at that one.
Yeah, you gotta be happy about that. You know, it's always funny to see somebody just get charged off the edge. You know, what can I say?
Yeah, I mean, if it's like, if I'm going down, I'm gonna damn well take you with me. It's what you do. And now they're switching over to that DPS again. Those snipers with the Sombra do keep the double support though, but Magnifique is gonna be very, I would say, very easy to dive almost.
That was a good hack on the Nocturnal there to just take him out of that fight. So they're gonna have to go back to spawn and regroup.
It definitely feels like Xerius has a little bit of the upper hand in the Sombra matchup. The charges EMPs a little bit faster, sort of gets that 1v1 going as well. And it does feel like Barletta is a little bit out of his league here versus Noro on the Wrecking Ball, because they haven't really been able to disable Noro as much as you would think with the Sombra.
Yeah, no, I think really with the Sombra going up against like the Hammond, and they got 2 supports on the side of Honey Badgers, so I think maybe that could help them somewhat, but I don't see it helping too much right now. Stonefree able to get away from Barletta. That was pretty cool. Getting the grapple away.
How many heroes do actually need proper healing on the side of Magna Ventus here, do you think?
That need proper healing? I would say probably just Noro and off tank, because Ada's got his own little healing pod he can throw down, and right now it looks like they're just trying to stall the point a little bit longer.
They're going to be able to, though, but G-Man actually winning that Widow duel, so Stonefree maybe not paying attention a little bit, often going down as well, so this could actually be the point completion. I think they might get another chance to recontest, especially with other mobility items, and they've got an EMP. And if they manage to wait for Mordred to use that sound barrier, that could be huge. Don't choose to do that. Just get almost everything. Attack Visor comes out. They will likely get some tails. And the Barrage. They do use a lot of ultimates here. And they're not necessarily getting enough kills.
Wow,
Stonefree is there, but has to actually also take care of G-Man. Zeri's losing out. Stonefree on the point here. You know, has to just live and not really get a kill. That is going to be 3. But only 2 minutes 10. That was such a long stall in the street space, and now they're gonna have to really press to get a time of, or at least, you know, have time left with finishing the map.
Yeah, he does really got to make it away here. If he gets killed, oh, that's such a good stagger. They're gonna be able to push up on that. Right now, they have to switch back to the Rhine Goats. That's definitely what they're doing.
They are doing it,
picking them all off.
There's a little bit of a ultimate difference that we saw last time. You know, the EMP is a lot closer. They have a sound barrier. The dragon is obviously something they didn't have on the Magna Ventus attack. But they're gonna come in now. Times are almost similar right now.
Times are very close. Good EMP coming through.
That was what we were waiting for, because that's the one they really need to win these fights. The others are all there to sort of follow up. And that barrier coming in, that will really sustain them a little bit through that fight. Like I said, these are ultimates they didn't have on the last attack. Polar going down, though. And the stall is actually pretty good. Even if they die here, they can keep coming out, keep stalling, just keep denying them. And without that Zenyatta, there's a lot of focus fire missing. Zeri's taking out G-Man. No res left, so that's actually already a member going down here. And even though they're consistently getting the kills, the clock is just being drained and drained and drained. So they could very well just keep it to overtime here.
Yeah, absolutely. Off tank is really gonna have to try harder.
Nice
with the shatter. It's a really good shatter. He's able to get Barletta. I believe he also got Polar in that. They got a Bastion coming out to help with the stall. They're gonna have to go back.
I think Xerius will just go back into spawn here. Yeah, I mean, Xerius might actually stay on this Bastion, because they now got to switch to something where you normally need some ultimates to deal with that Bastion. Yeah, I think maybe it was like, oh, Nocturnal's still on the Sombra. I'm not gonna deal with that. Nocturnal could get the EMP in time. That could be, you know, changing everything. But otherwise, Ada, Stonefree, off tank, those ultimates are going to be very. I think they're just going to be map winning, really.
Absolutely. I think if Stonefree gets this grab, there's no reason why they should lose this map.
Nocturnal going in, doesn't have the EMP. Looked like he was sort of thinking he had it, but often going down, though. The not being enough there with Coalescence, but there's the good anti-day. Not really follow-up, because if you charge up in a grab, you can't really do much. Neuro missing another charge, though. Didn't actually get the follow-up on Nocturnal. Nocturnal being very low, gets finished off anyways, and that's gonna be the map.
Yeah, that was very good. Very, very good stall coming out from Magna Ventus. All right, there we go. Took me a second there. And honestly, I think that grab, like I said, is what made it for him. But Noro coming up with the play of the game.
Yeah, very nice to see. It's probably one of those huge shatters that came in the end. Oh, actually just smacking into it. Probably gets the shatter follow up there. Yeah. Actually interesting that he gets the kill for that. I think he was just involved in all of those kills, as opposed to something like Darius just being involved in that triple kill.
Yeah, being that Reinhardt, you can just take your hammer and just swing and just hit everybody in that grab, and it's going to count towards your kills as well.
It's kind of cheating, isn't it, though? Because that was kind of... I mean, you could say that was not really his play, but hey,
yeah,
I'm not going to complain. I like Reinhardt. He's a good guy.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, we've got a map for either team, so this series is definitely started now. Yeah, obviously we're gonna have the other team banning a map now, so Magna Ventus' turn to ban a map. We're gonna still have the ban on Hollywood, so that's not gonna be playable anyways. Wouldn't have been regardless because of course we've already played hybrid just now, so
yeah,
gonna have to go to one of the other 3 map types. What will you ban out though if you're Honey Badger? If you're Magna Ventus, you want to do something that's like less 3-3 centered, or?
Yeah, I think that would be the main goal, is just do something a little less 3-3. But I think like pretty much any of these other maps that they could choose from, 3-3 wouldn't be bad on. Like they all seem pretty solid for them. So I don't really know which map they would want to go with here. Maybe Junkertown. If they want to play on Junkertown, they could
but I mean they have to ban a map. So and something. So but they somehow ban Junkertown. That's interesting.
Oh, they decide to ban Junkertown. I was thinking that'd be their best map to choose. Okay.
Yeah, I mean they can't. I mean Honey Badger is allowed to choose a map, so they would have to ban one. But Junkertown's now out. I don't know. That's like I said, that's actually a bit odd. I'd say, but it's not the worst thing in the world. It can actually be in their interest to a degree.
Yeah, they might have something planned for I don't know. Maybe they have something planned for Dorado if they decide to go Dorado, or maybe they have something special to sleep for Assault. They're gonna go with Hanamura though. Okay.
Huh. I like Hanamura as a map, but I do think it is more favored to a snowball 3-3 style. We have seen teams run the DPS here. It's not out of this world, but I do feel that DPS most of the time comes in more when you've had a very good defense, that you have the time on the offense to actually work with, because 3-3 is more time efficient most of the time.
Yeah, and with this map, on first point you can run that bunker, and on first point you can attack with the triple to quad DPS. Like it works really well on first point, but once you get to that second point, you're really gonna start just having to play goats. Like there's no real go around like that. It just works best with goats there. But on this first point, like I said, you can be a little more flexible with it.
Do you think we might see some interesting bunkers things coming in? Maybe like
I would really like to
Symmetra Bastion things.
Symmetra Bastion.
It will. I think it will depend a little bit on the hero saves and bans. If you don't get the Sombra out, but they save. I can see that. I mean, they've definitely been the dominant ball team. So Noro going to be happy with that. But what do you ban on the defense though? Are you going to be like
want to ban Mercy,
Benefara or Mercy? Yeah, Mercy would be good, but I've seen teams run those DPS style compositions without a Mercy, just taking a different type of support.
There they go with the Mercy. Yeah, definitely.
Do ban it. I mean, the Fire will be a little bit weaker, but then again, I think Off Tank has done a lot of work without the Mercy next to him as well.
Yeah.
So it's not detrimental. But it will definitely be easier for Nocturnal to get those D.Va kills out on the Pharah. So I think it'll be interesting if they're going to go the DPS. What support state do they pick with it? And then does it work as well, or well enough? Because obviously Honey Badgers, they're in the 3-3, they don't need a Mercy, so they're never going to miss that one. But they're also never going to use, and they were also never going to use the ball. So this it seems like this works out in their favor, but.
Definitely.
We'll see. I think the ball. I think a lot of people underestimate the ball here, and I'm curious to see why you think I think that is, especially on the first point.
Ball is really good because if you're holding up top on the on this little ledge here, then you're just able to go through and knock people off, displace them, and then they all have to eventually just go back down to point. And even on the point, if you're playing ball, all you need to do is get that hook on that bell, and you can just swing around the point, displacing everybody, booping them every which way, and then your teammate's just going to be able to pick off people you're getting low by those. So I think ball first point, really good. Like, solid pick.
I think the main thing I was thinking of, sure, like everything you said there is 100% true. Don't get me wrong. The main thing I was thinking of is you don't necessarily need to hook onto the bell. You can actually hook onto the back of the point, like above the door, and just knock people off the map. Especially with that new knock distance, it's so easy to do. Like, I'm a very poor ball player, and even I managed to do that. Well, that says a lot. So it's hard to defend against as well. And I think Eskimo as well on the Lucio will have a relatively easy time doing that. So Mordred, Nocturnal definitely have to be on their point. Even Magnifique with that Ana has to be a little bit ready for that. And they do sort of set up this hybrid. It's not exactly a 3-3. Obviously, it isn't because they have Nocturnal on the Sombra, but. And they also run this Ana. We've seen a lot of Hanamura, though. I'm not that surprised by it. But the attackers, that's new. Obviously, they can't use Mercy, so seems like they want to use some sort of support. This is odd. Both of these teams are running something really a little bit strange.
Oh, but I think they're just scouting for a second there. Okay.
True.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's what they were doing. Okay.
I think the ball pick might have just been a debate. So Nocturnal's on the Sombra now, but they're expecting a ball to come in, and the ball's not coming in. That could work in their favor here.
Possibly. We're gonna have to see, but Eskimo's just up there getting free damage out.
Yeah, Nocturnal as well. Just goes behind them on the high ground, just hacks Nora from the back, so that just buys a little bit of time. Nocturnal's back with the team now, though, so not going to be any flank hacks going on. Polar going very low, does manage to get away, but they're through the choke now. They do have that space for themselves to actually walk in, but the Ana healing does provide a lot of sustain here for the defense.
Yeah, if they're going to want to get anywhere, they're going to have to really attack that Ana. But it looks like Polar's going down, so that's definitely going to help them.
Yeah, nice kill from Stonefree there. Definitely showing up here at the DPS role. I think that they're going to be happy about that pickup. And then it is going to be on the point, having a stronger CC position, of course. And, oh, that Nano coming in could do a lot. And the EMP, just everyone gets going down.
That was insane.
Shattered, everything down, but that's 2 big ultimates used. Actually, 3, 4.
They used 4 ultimates to take that back, though.
Everything. I mean, it buys you some time, 1 minute 20, but now you know as the attackers, the only thing you need is just 1 or 2 good ultimates. Yeah. Possibly because one, like a good grab or maybe a good shatter will do enough because they don't have any defensive ultimates.
Yeah. And then the offense here is just perfect for them.
Because and then they can snowball it. If they know, they can just snowball it. They don't have to actually be scared. They only need a Tix that's going to be a short time. They might even be able to get some staggers out. Yeah, I don't know if that overinvestment was worth it.
Not at all. I don't think it was.
Berletta going down straight away. There's a graph coming in from the defenders, but that's not getting any value because of the shatter. They're truly 10 off tank, but Mordred going down here. I think the defenders, they did drag out maybe 1 or 2 more ultimates than the attackers would have liked to. But crucially, they're going to hold on to this rally, the sound barrier, and the graviton. Nocturnal really has to charge this EMP very quickly in order to deny the snowball here, because that's going to be their main worry here.
Yeah, Nocturnal either has to get this EMP really fast, or they're going to have to do something about this grab, because that grab is going to be detrimental. They don't have anything to answer for it.
And they have to know it's there. They have to know both of support ultimates and that grab are there. They're just going to go to the point and say, come to us. We're going to give you time to farm. We'll make it back up, though. The EMP is
another 6-man.
It's a 6-man, but Nocturnal gets taken out. Azirius is there. Is the grab going to come out? It is going to come out. They think they want to take this fight. I don't know if they have the follow-up, though, because there was a few heroes that went down, especially the Discord Orb. Berletta going down, though, so this is a bit of a scrappy fight here. I don't know if they're going to be able to make it. Shatter does get G-Man because of the newest bubble. Magnifique goes down, though, but so does Noro. This might be pulled back by the defenders, especially with the sound barrier and the respawn advantage. I think they've got this. And
yeah,
I think as soon as the EMP came out, you might just want to run away and say, like, that's fine. You know, we lose this one, but Nocturnal got so much freedom to farm them. It was on the high ground and just standing there farming for a good 5 seconds before anything happened. And I think, like you said, that boot from Stonefree. Wait, they're coming back in already?
They're already just moving back in.
Oh, that's not. I think it's a quick move back in, but I think that's not worth it because now Nocturnal is back to another 80% on the EMP. And if they just get every time they have a good push, the EMP is up. That's not gonna be good for them, is it?
No, not at all. If they're getting an EMP every fight, then I mean, is there really any safe fight to take? Do you really want to invest any ultimates before that comes out? You got to think about that. And coming into this, you know, now the ult advantage is easily on Honeybadger's side. You know, they could control this map right here. Who knows how much longer they can hold.
Like the transition is just going to be so important here. He cannot be with the team when they get EMP'd. He has to sort of hide here. They look to go behind the point there, so Nocturnal has to really reassess his position in order to get that EMP off. And Doug goes back to the high ground. You see that how split off from his team he is? He's not hit by that. Transcendence comes out. Noro does get killed though, so not able to save that one. Zerius as well somehow goes down, despite that EMP, that Transcendence. So good focus fire there. But there is a little bit of a challenge. Nope, not gonna be enough. They're gonna be taken down, and again, only the EMP just wins in the fight. And Nocturnal just charges another 30-40%. You know, why not?
He's already just getting back to it. Now, I want to point out what Ada did right there. It was really good. All of the teammates went down to the stairs. When the EMP came out, he didn't get EMP'd, but Nora was just focused down so fast that it just didn't matter. But it was great positioning coming out from Ada. Like, it was...
It was actually so close that he was still gotten hacked. But Nocturnal is you know, is poking away. Doesn't really have the EMP just yet. But there are enough other ultimates in the defense that they don't have to worry that much about not having the EMP, I think. If that fight goes long enough, Nocturnal will have it anyways, but they need to get a very quick fight win on the attackers here if they want to have a chance. Nice grab. Sun comes out, grabs everyone besides Nocturnal.
This bomb could be good.
But it's not, because it goes into the room and there's just a brigade shield in the way. I know it's not big, but that doorway also isn't big. Now Noro's on the point alone, did get bubbled, but does get taken down eventually, and they've already lost 2. As the attackers, you gotta wonder, like, what do we have to do to actually get some kills here? Because they're really getting only 1 or 2 kills after they already lose 3.
Yeah, looking at it, they're able to just focus down Noro right now is kind of what seems to be the game plan. They're just focusing Noro down the whole time. That way, they're just left with no main tank. Like on that last push there, he was alone on point, and everybody on point just immediately turned around and focused him down. They tried to help him out and defend him, but it just wasn't fast enough, and they were able to pick him off.
Do you think that's more of a displacement tactic here from the Honey Badgers, or is that something that also the regroup or the just playing around the Reinhardt isn't as strong there for Magna Ventus?
I think that was just good positioning coming out from Honey Badgers, knowing where to go and when to go.
EMP. There's the EMP.
Another EMP.
Gonna be a very clean fight win here for the defenders. No one even getting out alive, I think. Maybe Eskimo will. It's a Lucio. He can run fast.
Yeah. Honestly, Nocturnal is carrying this second point right now with these EMPs. They're always big. He's always doing good with them. Getting at least 5 people. At least 5. That's an insane thing to hear. But it's true. That's exactly what's happening.
Would you like to see Zerius maybe go over to the Sombra as well? Because he has been doing well with that.
I wouldn't mind seeing him go over to it, but I think it might be a little too late now. He should have done it sooner if he wanted to.
They're going straight to point now. They're forcing that engage a little bit quicker than normal. And Nocturnal's nowhere close to the EMP, but there's so many other grabs. Nice hack, nice grab, nice shatter. All the follow-up is there. They don't actually get the kills, though, because of the double support ultimates from the attackers. And this
Mortar got shattered out of his sound barrier.
Amazing. This is very nice. They actually get some kills back and forth. Berlin having another shatter, though, actually gets the follow-up. And even though they sustain through all those ultimates, they just don't manage to get any kills from it. And that was actually a very good fight from the attackers. They actually get some ultimates back from it as well, but it's just not enough because Nocturnal is so free in all those fights.
Yeah, Nocturnal is really, like, he had an EMP at the end there. I saw at least 3 people EMP'd because the other 3 were dead. They just are doing such a good job right here. There was one point where Nora, I believe, used his shatter and actually got mortared out of his ultimate. Looks like he's going to go back in here again. He has it again. Diva bomb.
Self-destruct goes very high. I don't think that was the right placement. Noro going down again. Off tank already being down. Graviton doesn't hit anything, but doesn't really need to at this point. I think they really got this. Eskimo, trying to stall out the point a little bit. Will go down shortly. Zerius, you're not gonna do much without your mech there, Diva, and
I don't think he'll make it to point.
Soon to follow. Yeah, this is gonna be a good hold on second here. Not even 8% taken there. So. Yeah, I mean, looking to get very good defensive hold here for Magna Ventus. But then again, they had trouble attacking. Could go the same way the other way around. And we have seen them run the Sombra as well, so they could very well do the exact same thing. And just, annoy them to bits with that Sombra hack.
I wouldn't be surprised. And I know I've said it already, but honestly, Nocturnal was doing such a good job building those EMPs to help them win those fights. Like, he was just really staying in there, making sure that he was hacking the right targets. Like, he hacked Noro when he was coming in, so then the shatter wasn't available to them. They had to use the Diva Bomb to try to zone, so that way Noro wouldn't get focused out. They'd have to focus on the Diva Bomb and where that would be. So I don't think that Diva Bomb was really thought out. I think it was just used like, okay, we need to zone them off. We need to get Noro his shatter back. But he's just playing such a good game right now, Nocturnal is, and we'll just see how he does now on attack.
And do you agree with Zach here that Nocturnal's doing a great job? Or, you know, anyone else, really? It's a short decision after all. There is actually the MVP poll. You know, underneath the Twitch, you go to the panel, click a name that you think deserves the vote. If you're watching on D Live, don't worry. You know, you can just click the Twitch link really quickly to vote and go back to D Live. We won't judge you. But the players will enjoy your vote. So that's what we're going for. Looks like a mirror matchup. Both sides, no Sombras as of yet. Polar likely is going to scout out a little bit with that Stoner arrow, though. No, it's going to be clean 3-3. Do you like this, though, from coming in here from the defenders? Do you think they would have gone for something wacky? You know, maybe a bunker comp?
I was really expecting a bunker comp, but I think that Mercy ban really made them think twice. Like, okay, do we really want to try to run it here? And so I guess they decided not to, or maybe that wasn't their plan from the start. Who knows?
Killing Eskimo straight away. That's not going to go well for them, but could throw it back. Doesn't look like it, though. No, in the 3-3 matchup, they'll just get taken down. Dud does take back on Polar, and since their Reinhardt and the Brigitte are still up as a duo, that could do a lot of damage. Doesn't look like they'll be able to not be split off, though. That was a bit of a problem there. Especially Eskimo has been a little bit aggressive here and there.
Yeah,
hasn't he?
He was super aggressive at the start there, and I was kind of surprised by that. He got picked off super quick. He might have gotten stunned possibly from the Brigitte when he came in, so he wasn't able to actually make it out. But that's not really the positioning you want to see from your Lucio. I think he might have been going for a boop to displace, but it didn't really pay off.
And the positive thing is that there aren't that many ultimates up for both the attackers and the defenders, but Barletta's Shatter could make a very big difference in this one. Not if you get both supports though first. So nice. Stone Free racking him up. Eskimo, sort of redemption kill there onto Magnifique. Always good to see.
That is exactly
really what they needed.
What you want to see, yeah.
Yeah, and Noro's on the Winston now. What's the reason why you would go for a Winston over the Reinhardt here?
I believe it's because you have more ability to move around, get more positioning, and with the Rein ultimate, the Shatter, it can kind of do that stall, but you need stall, because all they need is this one tick, so you need the stall, so you need that Primal Rage to try to displace enemies and just stay on the point as long as you can, because right now, the best they're looking at is a draw.
There's not much that you can just, throw off the map here, but I guess you could maybe throw them into the pit here and there and get them off the high grounds where they want to play.
He's already
got that Primal Rage. They've got a lot of ultimates up for both teams here. This could be a pivotal fight. Looks like they're going to go straight into it. No kills out yet. As I say that, Jay goes down. Zerius to follow. There's the Graviton. Both Transcendence coming out. G-Man will likely have a Graviton after this one, and it looks to be very damaging here. The first stick almost there. Stone Free doesn't make it.
And the grab keeps him from on point.
Yeah, I don't know if it would have made much of a difference, to be honest, because it's just the Zarya, but
probably not. But
yeah, nice snowball there. It wasn't actually a snowball because they were really even in there. But Stone Free gets the Zarya play of the game here. Something I like to see. Oh, actually, that first defense that we talked about, that we said like, oh yeah, this is nice that they're making this out.
That was very good. Defense was. They really collapsed. They knew who they wanted to target as soon as they went in there. But coming in on that next push, the ultimates they had were just able to kind of win them the fight more and more. And looking at 29 enemies EMP'd, that is an insane number. That is really good.
It's almost like they weren't ready. It's almost like they weren't ready for that second attack somehow. But yeah, I mean, I don't think, I mean, obviously the Mercy ban did make somewhat of a difference, but the Hammond save, I mean, they did the Hammond save, then the Mercy ban came in, so I guess it would have made more difference if they hadn't banned the Mercy out. Maybe they would have actually ran that DPS composition.
Possibly.
But, yeah, I mean, now they just get to change it around, and they say, okay, so we're not going to allow you to play that composition that you want to, and then, yeah, Ilios is banned here, though, from Honey Badger, so that's Hollywood. That is going to be Junkertown and Ilios banned so far. So that's not going to be playable. We're not going to be able to go to another assault map straight away. So don't worry. Everyone who doesn't like 2CP, you won't see it again for now.
Whew, thank goodness.
Hey, I mean, it's personal preference, right? So they can go to Control, Hybrid, or Escort. There's still maps for all the map types, I think. So they definitely have the choice here from Magna Ventus. What would you like for them to go to?
what map would I like Magna Ventus to go to? I think I really, like I said, I wanted to see him on Junkertown, but they banned Junkertown. They're gonna decide to go Oasis. Okay, Oasis can be good for the triple DPS, or maybe running a 2-2-2, maybe want to go quad. So you can definitely do it at some points there.
But I mean, you know, I think it goes like last time where they try to save Hammond and then Mercy just gets banned. Do you maybe think they're just gonna save Mercy and then Winston just gets played if Ball gets banned? Or
yeah, I think if they really want to do that, that would be how they do it. Scientist.
Oh, Monkey already getting saved here.
Monkey.
That is nice. But I mean, if you're gonna go to that 2-2-2 matchup against the DPS, which they showed on Lijiang they wanted to do, then that's not a bad save. But because they felt, I think they felt the damage of the not having a Winston on Eichenwald.
Mm-hmm.
But what would you ban here if you're Magna Ventus though?
That's
they can't ban Winston. They can't ban Winston again because he's been saved. But maybe now they ban the D.Va.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Now they have to try to ban the D.Va. That has to be what they go for, is the D.Va. Maybe if they wanted to ban a support, possibly Lucio, because then with the Monkey it doesn't help as much. But yeah, I'm thinking a D.Va or a Lucio coming out from them. Can't really see them trying to pick anything else to ban.
Mm-hmm. I mean, the only thing we have seen is that when you run a 3-3, you can actually... Yeah, so they just don't want to have it... It's going to DPS against their DPS, but...
Okay.
I don't know. I don't think the McCree really did that much for Honey Badgers in the previous maps.
Yeah, definitely. I'm thinking the same thing. I'm not sure.
That is very curious, so to speak.
Yeah, that's strange.
Yeah. It doesn't really matter. I mean, we're gonna see it play out on Oasis, I guess.
Yeah, we're gonna see what happens. Maybe they have something that McCree would be perfect for.
It might actually be very important which stages are gonna come out, because we're gonna start on Gardens here. But is it like imperative that after this we go to City Center or University? Like, I think either would favor one of the teams.
Oh, you know, I think this is a good map to start off with, because then you can kind of see the comps that they want to run. But I think if
this is the most open, like the most hybrid one of the three, right? This is where you could essentially run everything. I've even seen people run bunkers up here. There's teleport to the high ground and sit up there or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, you don't really see that on University, and also not really on City Center. So I guess this is the most inconspicuous one. But I mean, obviously we're expecting the DPS from Magna Ventus, which is coming out.
Yep.
Probably not with the Torbjorn, but who knows?
As much as you want them to.
Hey, Torbjorn's doing very well in EU contender trials right now. They're still unbeaten. So definitely don't underestimate the power of the Swedes. But yeah, it's probably not gonna stay. I'm thinking a dog goes over to like a Tracer or something like that. It's fine. On the other side, they're running that Sombra, but it's not Nocturnal on the Sombra. That might make a difference, because Nocturnal was doing so well on that.
I'm super excited to see how the Honey Badgers uses comp here. They decide to run the Soldier knowing that they're gonna have the Pharah, but I don't know how this 2-2 will fare up against the quad DPS.
Yeah, I mean, it could go very well. Like, again, they don't have that much healing, but then again, it's hard to catch them anyway, so doing damage in the first place is going to be hard. Poke is going to come in. Offtake actually going down with Berletta as well. No res, obviously, for the blue team here. And Offtake gets resed up. Nocturnal gets demeched, and that's all the damage mitigation gone there. Zirius does fall to Nocturnal, though, so good job there from the Pilot D.Va. Noro also following. Might actually turn back in the favor of the Honey Badgers, but it's not as clear cut. They do get it here, but it's still a little bit of an open fight. They could have maybe contested that point for a little bit, but they do actually have some numbers equilibrium here. There's the first attack straight in from Stonefree. Stonefree doing so much work here with these hitscan heroes. It's actually unbelievable. Berletta getting hacked, getting taken out. G-Man is there, but I don't think he'll survive for long. But that's the Nano Visor.
This is exciting. This is what the big play that they needed.
Eskimo actually not being able to res that, doesn't take the cover. Noro tries to get in. The hack comes out from Zirius, but it's just not enough. The tag buys from Stonefree not getting enough value, I think, there. It really, most of it went into Barletta.
Tag Visor is a really hard ultimate to use because everybody can just kind of go around a wall, and if you don't have like a damage buff on you, it can be pretty hard. And I'm pretty sure that they tried putting the Mercy onto Stonefree with the damage, but everybody, like you said, was just able to hide around the corner.
Oh, that's a shame. I thought Jay was gonna go over to that Genji for the Nano
Blade. I saw
Blade
that for a second, dude. Oof.
Ooh, well, we do have the EMP here coming out, so Genji would have been very good to just get that instant burst damage, but it doesn't look like they want to go for it, and maybe a Doomfist would even have been a better idea. I don't know. G-Man also has the EMP though. First one comes out from Nocturnal and Polar though, and then the counter EMP there from G-Man. So again, it starts out once, but it's usually the team that uses the same ultimate second that wins it. And once again, it's true. Polar had the better visor. G-Man has the better EMP. It's a bit sad to see, honestly.
Yeah, I was really expecting this map to be super favored towards Magna, but it doesn't look like it's going their way at all, honestly. I mean, they've had a few fights where it's really close, but...
Do you think they might have thrown away their ban on that McCree?
I think they did. I think the ban on the McCree was probably not the worst ban they could have made, but it definitely wasn't the best.
Nice attempt at the self-destruct from Nocturnal. I had a little bit of a duel with G-Man in the back, and I think the hack on Barletta got a little bit more value, but that's another tech visor from Polar. Cleans up one, cleans up two. None even needs the nano boost here, but you know, it's gonna be a very quick cleanup here. That's gonna be a very dominant first point stage in Oasis here.
Yeah, that was amazing coming out from Honey Badgers that they were able to pull that off so well. I really thought they were gonna get a run for their money there, but I think what really saved them was that they had the double support, kind of able to keep everybody able to Lucio and the Ana, and that with the Nano Visor, they had way more damage than if they were just using a regular tack visor with or without the Mercy damage buff. So I think that's really kind of what set off the difference between the Honey Badgers kind of getting snowballing more and more and more versus Magna coming in and kind of just dominating every now and then. You know, it's just kind of hard to see every time we go in. It's just a little bit of a surprise, but coming out with these two team comps, no surprises here. It's GOATs.
3-3, 3-3, Reinhardt, Zenyatta's on either side. Nothing out of the mirror. So, yeah, they can just look at each other, basically line up perfectly and say, okay, we're all going to take 1v1s. Of course, that's not what's going to happen, but that would be nice, you know, for a change. Yeah, going to be smacking into each other. Reinhardt's doing something. Eskimo, again, going very aggressive, but doesn't get punished for it this time. Just a little bit of a distraction. I think that's more of what he wants to do. He'll find that position for those boops, which he does, and then goes behind them. But yeah, Barletta take a lot of damage. I don't think there's a lot of cooldowns left to actually heal him back up. So Barletta going very low. Might actually get taken out here. They do get the first control hit for Magna Ventus. G-Man taken down. Nice shatter. Magnifique going down as well. They do get the kill on Mordred and on G-Man. Nice boop there from Eskimo. You know, finally gets some value out of that one. Nocturnal being taken down. Magnifique actually gets out despite being shattered. That's you don't ever see that happen. Oh
my goodness! The snipe coming out from a duck.
The fade away snipe. Good. That's what you like to see from your Zenyatta players. Very nice to see that one. And yeah, I mean, it's nice first point. At least they got some more percentage on the first stage here. That's already a win in my book.
Yeah, definitely. They're coming in from the left side here, though, so they got the Zen ultimate to try to make something happen here, but this grab could still be pretty big. We'll see what happens. It has to get eaten by Nocturnal.
Ultimates look to be relatively even, though, but this is a nice one. Nice self-destruct over the edge. Managed to stun out the Reinhardt. Mordred goes down for it, and that could be a straight fight win, because Mordred was very close to the sound barrier, and there's a support advantage for the other side. They don't even have to use any on the side there. Oh, that's good. They keep those support ultimates. And Stonefree again, just fragging out and sorry, yeah.
With the 3.
Oh, you gotta be so happy what your Magna Ventus picking that one up. I mean, obviously you tried him out, but
yeah.
Like
I said, I was super excited to see him play today because after watching a VOD of them playing, I didn't see Stonefree, so then I heard he was a new pickup. So I had high hopes for him, and he's really living up to it right now. He's doing pretty good.
Yeah, JBC gotta be rubbing those hands together because of that one, and they have that support advantage. Uses sound barrier straight away, just gets straight out by the other sound barrier. Noro again with a shatter hitting things, but Berlin doing the same thing. About the same value from the shatter, so no real follow-up, but that's just, again, beautiful graph, beautiful, just actually kill with the grab from Stone Free. I mean, whenever I see that icon pop up the kill feed, that's when you know that's just nice. I just like that. I don't know why. They're getting a kill with the actual graviton.
It's fun to see because it doesn't have much damage, you know?
It
so
doesn't,
like,
yeah. I actually don't even know the damage value. That's how low the damage is.
Yeah.
But it can't be much. It might be like 5 a second or something. I know it's not a lot, but yeah. Equally dominant round here for Magna Ventus. So we're going over to this last point. And this is the one where you normally see teams not run that 3-3 because mobility and stall is so strong here.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, man, I'm just so excited to see this next point because the last 2 matches, I thought they were going to go the completely opposite direction, and well, they didn't.
They did, yeah. I mean, they basically did exactly the opposite what we were expecting them to do. But now we're going to see a Winston 3-3 coming in. So he floats, as people sometimes call it, versus the 2-2-2. So it's actually just Soldier and Sombra. No Brigitte. No Zarya.
Yeah. This is what they ran on first point. Right now, it's not looking as good.
They must have expected the DPS to come in, but against DPS, this would have been good. But they're not playing against DPS. They're playing against the 3-3.
Yeah, they're playing against floats right now, and they're trying pretty hard, but they're not quite able to make anything out of it.
That's the problem. But like, why does 2-2-2 not work against floats as opposed to why does it work against DPS though? Like, what is that about?
I think it works more towards that quad DPS, just because there's a little more of a 2-2-2. There's the sustain. You have the 2 supports, and then it's really just a sustain thing. And Goats is the most sustained comp that there is. So it just depends on how sustainable the enemy is.
Yeah, in DPS obviously they're squishy, so you're easy to pick them off here. But you can't really pick anything off that easily in Goats or in floats or anything that is a 3-3 combination. They're gonna just face off a little bit. They kind of actually have mirror compositions now, but obviously there's an ultimate advantage for Magna Ventus here, so they're gonna abuse that as much as they can. Just stall it out. They don't need to go anywhere. They have the point. They're happy just staying here. You just see that they're just looping around a little bit, going back and forth. Sure, some poke comes out, but nothing is really happening so far. We're just waiting for that first Q button to be pressed. I feel there it is. There's power going out, but Eskimo does go down though. Again. That's a little bit of a problem for Eskimo, it seems, but Noro getting some value out of the Primal, doing a little bit of displacement, but now that one's gone. Eskimo will be back a little bit quickly, though. And again, this fight's not going anywhere.
Oh, Nocturnal finally
Nocturnal. He eats the self-destruct. Oh, no, wait. That's still a bug. It was the Graviton. That's fine. Yeah, nice save there, but the sound barrier comes in. Eskimo again going down. Doesn't even have the time to build it up. And now you're going to wonder, are they going to use the Transcendence? Yes, they are.
Yes, they are.
Out here, both sides using the Transcendence here. No Graviton there for G-Man yet, so they have a little bit of a window to make something happen. Self-Destruct doesn't get a value, but Stone Free does go down. Almost had another Graviton there. Doesn't get the value. Zerius going out of mech. I think this is eventually going to flip over to Honey Badgers here, but this point is so stally. Noro close to their Primal. They could very well get it to 99 here.
Yeah, I think they're probably gonna make it to about that right now. The stall coming through.
It's
looks like they're gonna only probably make it about
like
to
96 or
96.
something.
Yeah.
And 95.
95. It happens.
I mean, that's one fight territory still, right?
Yeah, absolutely one fight territory. As long as you get it above that, I believe I watched a video with Jane explaining that if you get it above that, 85% is usually your best odds of making it just a one fight.
Depends on stages. I always try to go for the 86 at least, and then you're fine. But yeah, 95 is definitely above that, so we're good. Yeah. And a lot of ultimates as well. I mean, they both have the Gravitons, but there's a support ultimate advantage because Eskimo just couldn't get it off. And now Noro's there. Magnifique already goes down. This could go very well here for Magna Ventus here.
A lot of ults coming out.
Nice grab. Clean up immediately there. Nocturnal, you do have to self-destruct, but he's going to go down. It's in the bubble. Not going to get any value. Point being recaptured.
You just look at that. Are they going to make it back? It's all just Honey Badgers, or not Honey Badgers, excuse me. It's all just Magna Ventus.
And that's a 2-2. We're equal again.
Yeah.
And
oh
map
my
5,
goodness.
You know,
map 5
first
coming out.
Map 5. This is going to be a good one. I don't know. And now we're going to wonder what map type are they going to go for, because they can actually ban out an entire map type by choosing like the correct map. So they can actually not play hybrid anymore because those maps are out. They can't play. They can still play Dorado. So Dorado's still in the pool. All the control maps are out. So it's either Dorado or Paris. So No, or Temple of Anubis. No, both assault maps are still in, I think.
Those
Okay, so by banning a map, they're not necessarily picking a map. We've seen that before when the right maps have been banned, that they only have the choice of one like game type, and then if you ban one map, obviously the other is automatically picked. So the ban automatic means that you've picked it as well. Not the case this time, luckily, because that you don't know that means that Honey Badger still has some choice in the matter. But I mean, what do you not want to go to? This is hard. I mean, they're all maps that cater to both styles of play, but we've just seen that Magna Ventus doesn't necessarily need the DPS to win. So it's interesting. Or do you think that had something else to do? Because it did seem Honey Badgers wasn't always expecting them to do what they did.
Yeah, I think they were just able to catch them off guard on the last point where they went that 2-2-2. But they were running the goats. They got the more sustain, so they're just able to pick them off. And then they were just able to use their ults at the correct times to make sure that they weren't able to get the point, but they still had some in the back, just so that way they'd be ready the next fight too. And they didn't really lose it up until they got to 95%. And then it came to that one fight territory, and they were just able to take it back because they were just using their ultimates so good right now and really focusing on what to do. It looks like Junkertown's going to be banned though.
It was already banned. Junkertown's not in the pool anymore, so they can't really ban Junkertown. That's okay. I mean, I know that. Are we gonna accept that as a ban, or?
I think they should be notified.
Yeah, I'd say there probably will be. I mean, maybe they feel like they're getting a free ban now, so that's nice. I don't know but the thing is, I don't know which they would rather ban, but I also don't know which Honey Badgers would rather play, because I feel a lot of teams are not that confident with Paris yet, so there might not be a need to ban it. So you could by default sort of select the map by banning either Anubis or Dorado. If you're personally, if you're Magna Ventus, I would say, you might want to make them go to Dorado.
Well, it looks like they're picking Paris as the ban, so they're gonna have the choice between Temple of Anubis and Dorado. And Honey Badgers did so good. I would not be surprised if they picked Temple of Anubis. I'm surprised they didn't pick that one to ban. But same thing with Paris. It's also really good with Sombra.
Yeah, there we go. We're going to Anubis.
Temple of Anubis. No surprise there.
There is some space for snipers, and there is some space for DPS. I mean, they might change their ban, like their save and ban strategy this time on Magna Ventus side, because last time they saved the ball, but then Mercy was banned. So this time, if they save Mercy, at least they can play something with DPS that just doesn't involve ball.
Yeah, like on bunker
if ball is banned, that is obviously. Or they could maybe even opt to maybe I don't know, because they can't ban anything. They only can save something.
What hero would they like to save? I think you're probably right. Where if they want to save anybody, it would be the Mercy, and I
think that's more pivotal. But then because Nora was doing fine on the Winston, I think his ball's better. So I could see why
his ball is definitely really good compared to Barletta's. No offense to Barletta, he plays a good ball as well. But Nora definitely does seem to be a little more comfortable on that.
Yeah, because I was thinking you could, if you have the ban, then you might want to just ban the Sombra, so Noro has so much more freedom. Sure, you've had some good EMPs on your own side. I don't think the EMPs were never necessarily as pivotal for Magna Ventus as they were for Honey Badgers. So the Sombra ban could have been a thing. But then again, if you're going to force it towards a DPS matchup, you'd rather have them not have a D.Va. So that was weird. I don't know. It's going to be really... I don't know what they're going to go for. Personally, I hope they don't save the ball again. Like, if they want to do well...
Yeah, definitely.
They just don't try and save it.
Yeah. And they did it again. They decided to go with defense first, and they're saving the ball. So you're probably going to see a Mercy.
The thing is, it only failed once. Maybe they're more comfortable on Anubis as it is anyways. And I do think that on Anubis, you might have a little bit more of an opportunity to play like an Ana or a Baptiste instead of a Mercy if you want to. Because if they're not expecting a proper defense that can deal with a Pharah, they could still run the Pharah without a Mercy. We do see the Mercy ban come out again, as we thought it was going to be.
No surprise there.
Definitely no surprise there. On the other hand, though, I will say their 3-3 matchup hasn't necessarily looked that bad. And since Anubis definitely lends itself to play more of a Winston Goats composition, it's possible that that's maybe what they want to go for now. They could even go the Chengdu style and play the ball instead of the Winston or Reinhardt.
Yeah, I think what's gonna come down to who wins this map is Sombra play, because the Sombras, when they're in there, they are getting so much value and really just kind of deciding how the map goes. So I wouldn't be surprised if we saw Nocturnal back onto that Sombra on defense here. And
I will say, point B Anubis is not as strong for Sombra as Hanamura B is.
Yeah,
the lead up to the point, the way the point is structured without much high ground, doesn't lend itself well to Sombra sneaking and EMP value. Especially charging the EMP is going to be harder. So I do feel that the Sombra plays, it might be a thing, but I don't think it's going to be as important as it was in Hanamura and as pivotal. So that might already give them more of a shot here on the Magna Ventus side. But I honestly, they kind of just need to actually capture more than 1 point this time. Because you saw how much they struggled last time in Hanamura.
Yeah, now it looks like for the defense, we're going to be going 3-3 with an Ana in place of the Zen. We're going to be going with floats. Now, I really like floats here on defense. The way that you're able to kind of like move around a bit more. Yeah, you'll see the Winstons sitting up on this little ledge, and they'll be able to just jump in whenever. Everybody will get ready. Discord will come out, they'll get called out, and then everyone just kind of dives in on them. So... And then the Ana is great as well, because when you have the Transcendence go through, throw an anti-nade into that, and hopefully you can get somebody with it, and then you can just pick someone off. So
just to make sure no one gets confused, by the way, the teams have switched sides, so it's now going to be Magna Ventus in the blue and Honey Badgers in the red. It's their first time in the series. Just want to make you aware. There we go. They're like you said, Noro on the Winston straight away, jumping in, getting a lot of that cleave value already, up to 55% of the ult. They actually get Polar off of that. That's a nice pick off. And now the attackers are stuck in there. I mean, they can try to get out, but then they'll just get, charge up Noro a little bit more. And Polar will have a very hard time coming back.
Yeah, it'll make it easier to push in here because of that Brigitte being dead. Because then there's no stuns really. There's only the boots to try to get you away. But Polar's coming back right now. I think they noticed that and they're going to collapse onto Polar. Oh, but Polar makes it back to the team just in time.
Oh, they should have collapsed onto the actual choke a little bit more, I think. But they don't want to use mobility cooldowns to get in because then, they don't have them to get out. And now Nora goes in. Immediately the Prime. Yeah, just a cleave on the goats. It's so easy to get that ult up. Berletta actually falling out. We have the Chonberry coming in, though, for Mordred. But there's going to be some ultimates on the defense here, including that beautiful Graviton. That's a good one, and the Nana was almost up. That could have been pivotal here. Eskimo again going in, going down. I don't think they want to defend this any longer. They just want to stall it out. I think Noro is going to go over to a Reinhardt maybe anyways. They just have the Diva die there. Buys a little bit of time. It's not the worst thing in the world. Still will be about 6.5 minutes here for the attackers to capture anything on point B. And they have some ultimates to work with, but so do the defenders. So it's not a clear-cut ult advantage for Snowball here.
Yeah, I think what really helped him there was Mortar. He was able to knock the Ana off a high ground, and he actually managed to get 2 picks with the boop. Both grabs coming out.
Oh, Berlin going down. That's huge. And G-Man also falling. But the Graviton came out for both teams. Transcendence as well for Magnifique, but doesn't get enough value in order to save anyone from that Graviton. Berlin actually went down very early. I think it was because of a beautiful anti-net from Ada.
Yeah, you can't be too upset with that push because they ended up using, I believe, 5 ultimates there compared to, what was there, 3? So, pretty good trade ultimate-wise. Excited to see how they're going to go in with this, considering that now Magna Ventus doesn't have any more ultimates to use. The closest thing they have is the Shatter.
The Shatter is really something that you need to hit here if you're Barletta. If the Shatter doesn't get any value, then the Self-Destruct will likely just be blocked out. It's the hard to just hit the natural one. And by that time, Nora will have a Shatter. Stonefree might have another Graviton. Yeah, see, it doesn't get anything. They tried to do the Shatter with the Self-Destruct, but there was a great bubble there, like you say, yeah. And Berletta going so low again. There's under so much pressure in these fights. Goes down, like I said, actually gets, then you just have a free Shatter. And sure, you have a rally, but that's not going to save you from all the entire team of Magna Ventus. Nice defense there. Great bubble play from Stonefree.
Yeah.
I cannot hype up how great that guy's playing, by the way.
That he is doing so good. Speaking of which,
Nocturnal
for MVP.
Oh, Nocturnal.
Definitely someone you want to look out for. Nocturnal's getting such hard staggered. There's no way he's gonna make it out of there. And guess who picks him off last second? Stonefree.
Stonefree. And now you might want to, as a sympathy vote for Nocturnal again, because it's so sad that the baby diva. It's fine. You can vote for whoever. I know everyone wants to vote for Polar because that's it's polar opposites of what we're saying. But sorry about that. I know it's a bad joke, but there's so many ultimates on the defense here. It's definitely. I don't see how they're gonna lose the first two fights after this.
Yeah, no, they have all the ultimates they need, and they're gonna start it off with the grab.
And the self-destructs, get the value.
I was gonna say the self-destruct was a little bit misplaced, but they ended up getting
It was a
Mordred
little
off
bit, but they did get Mordred. I think Mordred tried to just run away from something, and it happened to walk into it somehow.
No, Nocturnal, not again.
G-Man did take a few with him, but it doesn't really matter if you stagger Nocturnal even longer, because the spawn advantage is pretty good. I would say it's pretty good.
Yeah, fairly good for the defense. All they used was the bomb and the grab there. It was really good ultimate usage. They knew that they didn't have to use the Brigade ultimate to go and attack in on them, so they'll probably end up using it this fight, I imagine. Once they get Polar popped
There
in.
will be one ultimate down, but they will have all the support ultimates. I think that's the most important thing. And they have the Shatter, which we've seen Noro hit some pretty mean Shatter, especially with that pressure that's been under. They're gonna go in, trying to go in hard. Grav is probably gonna come out straight away, maybe get eaten even. No,
that's what I'm excited for. I love seeing those get eaten.
Matrix is down right now. Hungry Diva hunting for that Grav. Early Transcendence, of course, not afraid of that Graviton. Nice Shatter gets down, but Polar actually. Polar goes down. Sound barrier for Eskimo. Another sound barrier, another Graviton, another self-destruct. Every ultimate getting used here. Noro does go down for it, but that's another nice Shatter here from Berletta. With a Graviton, locks them up. No follow-up. Nocturnal being out of mech. I think this looks good for the defense with all those kills. Off-tank actually going a little bit of a mace spree there.
Yeah, I don't know how necessary that Diva Bomb was. A little unfortunate that they used it there, but that was just a good way to keep everything together by Magna Ventus.
I mean, you say the Diva Bomb was maybe not the bomb was maybe not necessary here. Talk to me a little bit about that interaction, because we saw Grav bombs get a lot of value in the past.
It's just there were so many people at the end there that were already dead that I didn't really think that the grab could have been used there. Maybe you could have used it in this next fight as a zoning or something else. I think it could have more value out of it, but that's gonna happen. Nocturnal actually went over to the Sombra, which is something I really wanted him to see. It ended up going back though. I
think it might be more valuable on the defense though, so I don't know how much value he's gonna get here on the attack, but maybe, who knows? Already has that hack. Maybe has that hackback health. Yeah, no, there's only a translocator on it. Nice Shatter again for Berletta. Time is swilling down, so they really need to make a little bit of a hurry of this one. They're not cleaning up particularly quick. The Graviton might let us Shatter, but now the Shatter comes in. Noro just denies any follow-up. Every single time an ultimate comes in, they have something that counters it. The last Graviton was countered. No, the last Shatter was countered by Graviton. This Graviton is being countered by Shatter. Noro and Stonefree really CCing the enemy team from doing any damage.
Now, this next push is probably going to be Honey Badger's best chance right now. Just they have the EMP, they almost have sound barrier, they're close on their next Shatter. Really, the only thing that Magna Ventus has is probably going to be in their Brig ultimate, which isn't bad, but they're probably going to want a little bit more going into this next fight.
Yeah, you need to win it quick because you don't want to get this last point in overtime. You want to have some time left, just to give yourself a little bit of a better shot for extra rounds, but like you said, they really need to get this fight win.
There it is, a 4-man EMP. No surprise coming out.
No, Mordred throwing that barrier down, just really a little extra sustain. But they did actually use Magnifique, and that's not something you actually want to lose there. Zenyatta, very good at that target focus, especially on a point where you need to kill everything quickly. And Ada also gets Polar. Ada just going a little bit of a Zenyatta spree. A little bit of the Jonah coming up there. Gets Maternal as well. Stonefree gets Berletta. And it looks like this is another hold, and it didn't even have to use ultimates for that one. I mean, they used a rally, but what's rally really? Off take almost is already halfway to the next one, so you can really call it ultimate as much as just a long charge ability, like a pulse bomb. I don't know.
I can't see the Honey Badgers taking anything more on this point here unless everything just falls perfectly into their lap, because there's no way they can eat the grab, and then Ada's got his Transcendence, so we'll see how it goes. But I'm not.
They
seeing
do
too much
at least
hope for them.
touch, but like you said, there is the graviton. They don't have any defense.
That was a good anti-nade.
Very good anti-nade. Actually get 2 kills of that, but now they're trading out. Defenders have some spawn advantage. Zerius gets 2 kills there. Transcendence is very nice here from Madon. Nice timing. A little bit late to save everyone, but saved enough here. So G-Man last to fall. I don't think the attackers are going to get it on there anymore. They did get some percent, though. It wasn't a complete waste of time.
Yeah, they didn't get to use that EMP in that last fight either. They had one built up, just barely.
I think Nocturnal was a bit too far away from that to actually work in that fight. I think it was on like 50% or so. And you know you can build them fast sometimes, but yeah, apparently not the not the value that I wanted from that. That happens sometimes. Like I said, they did get a little bit more progress than Magna Ventus got on their Anamura attack. So you know there might be a possibility to actually still win this map. There's definitely not going to be a draw. It's actually virtually impossible in this one.
Yeah. So
it's possible, but let's just say the odds are very much against it.
Yeah. Oh man, right now I'm really excited to see what Magna Ventus decides around on attack here. I imagine they'll probably just stick with the goats, but oh, whoa. Hold
bunker.
on.
This is a bunker strat, and not a bit of a bunker. What?
This is full-on bunker.
Do you see any problems with this bunker setup though? Because there's different ways you can run it. This is obviously a very interesting adaptation. The Junkrat has always been very popular on this map, but there's no Diva, there's no Mercy. So is this? I don't think I've ever seen this exact combination, and maybe I've just not seen it work out well enough. But what is? I mean, obviously they do a lot of damage, but how would you break it really on the attack?
Ah, man. Honestly, I think the best thing to do is that Sombra, maybe run a Sombra, or maybe try to display someone with a Pharaoh, but it's so hard to get value with the Pharaoh when they have the Bastion and the Baptiste.
It looks like all they want to go for is just EMP Nanoblade, and they're done. It's a fair tactic.
Don't be taken out. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, if you walk into a trap, you're gonna get burned. It's kind of how it works against the Junkrat. So G-Man just spraying that down, stationary target. I know aiming can be hard, but with the Bastion just pointing and clicking a stationary target, you'd expect these people to hit that. So
absolutely.
Nice one there. They are through the choke, but it just spamming nades in there, and then Eskimo, and then Ada tries to run up the stairs, but you're not gonna get that far when you get hooked back by their turtle.
Yeah, I think Magna Ventus is gonna have to go back to spawn here and rethink their strategy. Like, what do they want to do here? And a great sleep on a Stonefree.
Stonefree not having that much luck getting past these waves of defense. It's one big wall, and yeah, rough to work with there. But did get some charge towards the EMP. I don't know if this is necessarily the worst thing in the world. All they really need is the triple ultimate combo, and then if maybe you have an extra Winston ultimate, you can just displace them before you do it. But if that EMP comes out, they're just kind of going to be sitting ducks there. So that Nanoblade should get enough kills to win that fight, especially without a Mercy to res anything. I don't think the Immortality Field will really save anyone there.
Yeah. Okay. Looks like they're gonna dive onto him. Just don't forget.
Actually, get G-Man. They get G-Man out. That's the one of the big sources of damage. Polar almost losing life actually gets out, but they've dislodged them from that high ground. They don't have the Bastion anymore. Much easier damage to block now. There is the Matrix from Baptiste, but they just walk past the Matrix, so doesn't actually get it. Was a nice anti-nade. I think they're going to be able to stabilize here on the defense, but that was close, and I didn't even need ultimates for that one. So imagine what they can do when they have them, which is going to be next fight. Stonefree, a few percent away from that EMP. Off tank will have that blade. So EMP Nanoblade, probably even a Primal Rage, maybe self-destruct in the end. The only thing I don't have a sound barrier, but I don't know if you really need that. I think what you really need to be very careful of is to not just dive straight into the Junkrat that will just nade you in the face when you're off tank. But I think he knows that. I would hope so at least. But it's getting a little bit. It's getting a little bit down to the wire, though. It is getting close because they only have 1.5 minutes. If this doesn't work, it's going to be hard. EMP has to use early because they spawned him out.
They're going in.
They're now going to get Nora going to get taken down. But
oh my goodness!
Oh, the timing was off. That's so bad because you took 3.5 minutes building all that up, and it just goes to waste because they spotted out Stonefree. Stonefree was spotted. Felt like he had to use the EMP in order to actually, either survive or get the value out of it. But I think you're fine just dying. Just die. Go out. Go back in. You still had time, but now you have barely any ultimates. You'll have the self-destruct, it could be valuable, and the sound barrier, but there's so many ultimates on the defense that I think that they might have just been their chances.
Yeah, honestly, coming out of there, the 4 people that got EMP'd, the 2 that weren't, Magnifique and Polar, both got amazing use out of their ults.
Oh, they're making them relocate. The 3-3 is really putting some pressure on their positioning here. They did get through without taking any damage. So now they're gonna have the sound barrier soon, but they don't have it just yet. I don't know what they want to do with the self-destruct. I think what you want to do here is you want to make them reposition and then throw self-destruct over the shield. That's what they do. The shield gets placed down. Immediately self-destruct comes out, gets 2. That's the big ones. That's the biggest damage dealers in the team. They're not going to be able to do as much damage. Magnifique goes down. That's most of their healing gone. Or half of their healing is Baptiste is a lot. But then, Barlettas gets taken out. The amplification matrix doesn't get much. Nocturnal getting taken down. They've managed to take it, but that was a close one. And there might actually be a chance here that we're going to see a hold on B here for defenders. That being said, though, they might have to make some switches, and that could be a very good ult advantage they're going to have, because they have the sound barrier still in reserve. Eskimo did not have to use that.
I think what really went wrong there was with the repositioning. They just weren't ready for that bomb to come out. They kind of sat there for, I think, maybe a little too long.
Yeah, I don't know why, because it really seemed like Polar had a chance to run away, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, nice. It wasn't just a very nice tactic. They had to wait for that shield to go up. They did it. They're like, we don't have a rush. We can just take this one fight. Now they're just gonna run into this point. They will have a few ultimates up. The nano boost almost there for being there from Ada. We'll probably charge up Nora's Shatter as well. Stonefree already has the grab. This could be huge. Grab goes in. Nice timing there. And the follow-up immediately coming in. Just nano the Zarya. Polar goes down. Nocturnal out of mech. Nice Shatter coming. Berletta following suit. And this might very well be the end of the map of the series. Coming up very soon.
Absolutely.
And
there it goes.
Magna Ventus. That was close, though. Especially at first point. That was very risky the way they played that.
Yeah. Honestly, the only win factor that they could have had there at the end for Honey Badgers was if Nocturnal was able to eat the grab, which he wasn't able to, and they were just able to just kind of go from there and pick people off. It was that was made for them right there.
Yeah. I think Mordred could maybe have gotten the sound barrier up in time if they played a little bit slower, but they definitely took the pace out of that. I mean, Magna Ventus really was like, we got to go now because we have the advantage, and then yeah, that would.
Talk about Stonefree really quick. 37 high energy kills
of 38 eliminations. Yeah, I mean, I would say that against the composition they played with all that damage coming in, I think any bubble you throw out is just going to get the full charge. So the fact that him being on high charge for most of that map is not that surprising. But yeah, getting it on attack, getting it on defense as well is pretty impressive, because that was a little bit harder to get that charge up. But I don't know. I feel like as a Zarya, you get high elimination charges most of the time.
Absolutely. So it looks like
we're gonna get an interview here, by the way. I think it's gonna be Ada.
Ada, yeah.
Yeah. Who else? Yeah, that's kind of what I'm saying there. But yeah, I mean, I think you might have some good questions for him.
I'm super excited. This could be good.
Yeah. Welcome, Ada, to the chat. Congratulations on the victory.
Yeah, very good victory. Very impressive.
Intense match.
Definitely. Now, with you playing the Zen and you guys, you were kind of going up against the team and you guys were playing more towards the DPS lineups. What was kind of your ideas going into that?
Our idea was that we really wanted a sturdy comp that can kind of break the meta, and especially on that first map, Lijiang, we know that our quad DPS is so strong that almost nobody can go up against it. So we really just wanted to shut them down from the start and take any easy wins.
Okay. Was there anything you were really worried about coming into this match? Because there were some points where there was kind of a snowball going on by either teams, really.
I was a little worried. Our team play has been getting better over the last couple of weeks. We did have a new member playing with us today. So, or at least newer.
Who did very good, might I add. You guys all did very good.
I think that was the biggest concern.
Yeah, definitely. Who on the enemy team was probably the biggest thorn in the foot?
I would have to say it was probably their their flex DPS, because they shut down a lot of our bigger plays, and when they were on Sombra, we were struggling so hard to get in and keep track of them.
Now, with the information that you've obtained from this match, how are you looking forward to incorporate what you've learned in your next matches?
I think we're looking to have a nice, tight team play, and I think this taught us a lot about how we need to scout and keep track of Sombra's mid-game, and I think we'll do really well in the future.
All right, that's great to hear. Thank you so much.
Thank you, too.
Yeah. Any shout-outs you still want to do? Always going to give you that opportunity.
I want to say hi to my brother. We had a great win today, and to everybody in Magna, you guys are awesome. Keep playing, big gamers.
I think we're still waiting for the MVP vote to actually come in, because we haven't actually gotten that one, but it looks to be a lot of votes this time around. That's really? actually fine. It'd be nice. We're just gonna wait for a little bit here, but I'm really excited to see this. I mean, obviously we're gonna see both Magna, Ventus, and who else? Honey Badgers again, because we have double elimination black bracketers. Honey Badgers will actually have to play against the not winner, I don't like the word loser, of the next match that we're going to have. This is going to be at 9 p.m. So that's Augury Gaming or Metamorphic. And Magna Ventus, they have to play against the winner of that. So, that's always it's always a happy one. So that's a nice combination of matches that we're going to see out. The winning duo of those, they'll have to face off on the 17th of May. And the lower bracket match of that matchup will be on the 15th, which, of course, Magna Ventus doesn't have to worry about, but, that, I don't know, might help them to some degree.
Yeah. It's always good to know that even though you may not win your first match that you're in, there's still the other bracket. You still have another chance to go at it, because some days you have those off days, and then you're just able to learn from those and continue on.
Yeah, and it's still fun, because we're still in the first phase, so no one has gone home yet. I think actually, now that I say that, we had a rescheduled match that was a lower bracket game between Serendipity and G1, and that was actually already decided. So I think it was Serendipity going home in that one. So we do have one eliminated team, but everyone else is there. We do have the conclusion from the MVP vote.
Oh, that's super excited.
Unfortunately, not a duh. I mean, a fun interview, but it doesn't
great
give
interview.
All the votes. We will actually have Nocturnal be the MVP, and with all that Sombra play coming out, it doesn't really surprise me that much.
Yeah, so many good EMPs, so many good hacks. Just honestly, great Sombra all around. He played great on the Diva. You were able to actually see him eat one of the Gravitons, I believe, on Oasis, right?
Yeah, definitely on Oasis.
So
and
great on both roles.
And actually, 57 votes, I think it was. So it was quite a few as well. It was close to that. So a lot of votes for that. Didn't win the game, but definitely won the viewers' hearts. Yeah. And that's also worth something. I mean, you can't pay for anything with it, but makes you feel good. Maybe that is actually the boost you need to win that lower bracket match.
Absolutely.
So I think that's going to be it for us for the first game. We're going to be back not too long. We're going to be back at 9 p.m. So that won't be very, very far away. But yeah, we'll see you on the other end of that. If in the meantime you feel like you need to follow anyone on Twitter, you can. Definitely, I would definitely suggest following the Watch Us Brawl, because obviously we're always there. You can watch some VODs back on the YouTube channel if you haven't been able to catch matches live. They might actually also be in the clips on Twitch. That's, of course, your own choice. If you want to hear me talk, or actually read me talk to things on the internet, I have a Twitter page. It's at Man of Class Overwatch, so OW. I do occasionally stream, not that much. So my Twitch is the same, but I think you can basically ignore it. Poor Zach, though, I think people can find you online as well. I mean, you
can find me online. You can find me on Twitch. I'm streaming relatively every other day, at least. I'll either be analyzing others' videos, I'll be playing the ladder myself, or I might just be goofing around playing some other game, having fun with friends. Always feel free to come around. Very inviting place. Twitch.tv/PoorZach.
Yeah, I mean it's a fairly easy his name to get. You know, if you make it a career, will you change it to Rich Sack at some point, or is that not something that you're planning to do?
No, I like Porzak too much. There's just a story behind it that I love it. I think maybe if I want to make like an alt account, Rich Zach.
You know what? We'll save that story for another time. For this time around, we're gonna throw it to a little bit of a break. We'll be back very shortly at 9 p.m. So not too long away, and then we're gonna have the next matchup, which is going to be. I've lost my track of the words. There we are. It's going to be OWB Gaming versus Metamorphic. Looks to be another good series. So who knows? Maybe another map 5. We'll see you on the other end, guys.